Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you kind of a haul, things that I've added to my collection. They're not really a haul from the perspective of they're kind of hand-me-downs, but I'm so excited. I've got a couple ones that were gifted to me as well. And I wanted to share with you a couple ones that I've decluttered and yeah, why. So before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the weird and wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So first of all, I'm going to share with you the two brand new ones that I've received. Now, I actually have talked about them, but I thought I would mention them. The first one is Shabo's Caprice de JEANNE. Now, as I mentioned, I think last week, this reminds me of the Aqua Allegoria line a little bit, like it's a little fresher. It's perfect for summer. Honestly, the whole entire Caprice line by Shabo Maison de Parfum is gorgeous. But this one, it's got some cherry in it. It's a little bit tart. There's some sweetness in here, but there's also some woodiness that gives it a bit of a sexy factor. So really enjoy this. I find it refreshing and yet complex enough that it's interesting, if that makes sense. So really excited to have this one. This one is a brand new release, 2024. Now, the next one is by a company called Ruse, and both of these were sent to me by the company. And this one is called Angelica Florate. Now, at first, it reminded me of Lancome's La Vie est Belle, and there's still a little hint of that, and I think it's because of the patchouli, but there's also iris in here, and La Vie est Belle has iris. Now, on Fragrantica, some people feel like it reminds them of the La Vie est Belle Absolue, which I believe has way more iris. This is similar in that patchouli, so sometimes people can't handle patchouli, but they like the patchouli in La Vie est Belle. Same thing applies with this one. So it just adds a little bit of depth somehow. Also great longevity with this. What stands out with this one is definitely the iris. So the iris is present. It's absolutely beautiful. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. It's kind of one of those fragrances that's a little bit delicate, a little bit vivacious. It feels almost like scented lace somehow. So it's light and airy, so it would work perfect in the spring and summer, but it's present enough that you could wear this all year round. This would make a beautiful signature fragrance. I actually like the simple packaging on this as well. But yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I'm loving violet and iris these days. I just can't even believe it because I've never been a fan. But now I just can't get enough. This one's got some sweetness in it and almost smells a little bit fruity. There's no fruit in here. So what you get primarily is the iris, the patchouli. There's Angelica in the top notes and the base notes. To me, Angelica always smells a little bit more green. And I wouldn't say I find this one green. I find it sweet. It almost smells as if there's vanilla in here as well, but there isn't. So a little bit of fruitiness. I know there's pink pepper in this, so sometimes that's actually red berries. It may be that, but it's just a very feminine, elegant fragrance that's got enough wow factor that I can see this being one that guys would really, really enjoy. So love this one. Next are a couple of hand-me-downs from my wonderful friend Hessie. Now, Hessie now has a fragrance Instagram, so she's going hard on that. I'm gonna leave her channel link down below. Definitely worth checking out. I am actually going to leave, they'll always be there, but I'm gonna put Danny by Deep Green Beauty, Val's Instagram, and Hessie's Instagram all in the description box at all times because I love those women. They're just fantastic. They have excellent taste in fragrance, so they're definitely worth checking out. So she gave me Molinard's Vanille. I'm not sure why she let this one go. I am not unhappy about having this one. So first of all, I love the purple bottle, but second of all, this is just a delicious vanilla fragrance. Now, sometimes vanilla I find too thick and cloying. This is a vanilla that you could wear in the spring and summer as well as all year round. And to me, this makes a great layering vanilla, and it smells to me like vanilla cake batter or vanilla pudding. It's quite artificial smelling. But it's just sweet and kind of cakey-like. So I just think it's excellent, not only if you just want a spritz of something that's a little bit gourmand, but not too much for like, let's say bedtime or cuddling, but this would make an excellent layering fragrance as well. So really, really impressed with this one. Now I looked on Fragrantica and some people said it was short-lived. I put it on my hand before I went to bed, and when I woke up in the morning, I could still smell it just as strong as when I went to bed. So maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe I didn't sweat or move or anything. I don't know. But I found that to be quite long lasting because that was a good 8 hours. So Molinard by Vanille, really happy to have this one. Now, the next one that she passed on to me is Rogue by Rihanna. Now, this one has been actually really popular. It was talked about way back. And it's just a beautiful kind of musky, woody, like almost a sandalwoody feel, but not quite sandalwood. There's some plum in here. There's suede, rose, jasmine, patchouli, vanilla, musk, woody notes, and amber. This one I may give back to her. I haven't tried it yet. It's kind of a little bit sexy, a little bit mysterious, an easy reach. I get kind of a musky, woody vibe primarily, but I'm not sure it's my style. So I will try it. I haven't tried this one on the skin yet. I like the bottle actually, and it's got these weird cone things in the bottom, which somehow I really like. Anyway, it's a nice enough fragrance. I'm not sure what the longevity is like. Weigh in if you've used this one. Do you like this one? Is this one that you're a fan of? We'll see. If I don't like it, I'll just give it back to her and then she can give it to someone that would really appreciate it. But I like the smell of it. I'm just not sure it's me. Okay, next I want to talk about fragrances that Val gave me, and her Instagram is Dolce Garden Girl. You guys love her Middle Eastern content, especially when she comes on the channel, but she had a few that she wanted to get rid of. So we did a little bit of a swap. I got the better end of the deal for sure. So what I chose to get rid of, and I actually switched it out. So she wasn't a fan of Care Fusion, which is supposed to be similar to Eden Sparkling Lychee by Cacao. So she wasn't a fan of this. She found it way too sharp. She wasn't getting enough of that lychee. So I switched my mango punch for this one. So she liked the mango punch. It's definitely a little bit La Vie Belle with some mango in there. Lots of people really enjoy it. It smells, or it's supposed to be duping Wilhelm Parfumerie's mango skin. It wasn't my vibe. So it was too sweet, I don't know, something. It just didn't work for me. So I switched out with this one, which I really did enjoy. Now, I have tried both Eden Sparkling Lychee and this one on at the same time. And what I find is Eden Sparkling Lychee is definitely sweeter. I actually think I like Eden Sparkling Lychee better than this one. So if you love Eden Sparkling Lychee, save up and get that. If you don't really care, this one's close enough. And I really enjoy the dry down of this one. So I find this one a little bit sharp in the opening. Definitely you get the fruitiness, the lychee, a little bit of tartness. It's kind of a mouth-watering sweet tart combo. So I really enjoy that kind of vibe, especially for spring and summer. It's just fun to me. But what I really love is the dry down of this. It gets quite sweet and almost candy-like on my skin. And it reminds me of something like a peach fuzz candy, even though it's not peachy. It gives me that same feel where it's super sweet, a little bit tart, and a little bit powdery. So I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of this for the summer. And I can imagine pairing it with something like this. And now I got to try that. I think that this would be an awesome combo. Any sort of an ice creamy, cakey vibe with this, I think would be delicious. Woo! Can't wait to try it. Okay, the next one that I passed on to Val was actually Hane Mori by Hane Mori. Now that fragrance is, it's an old fragrance. It's been around for quite some time. Like I think it was released in the 90s. Prior to Ylang Gold, which it's supposed to be similar to. And I actually think it is kind of similar, except Hane Mori is way more synthetic. Now, the reason why I decided to pass on Hane Mori is it's very, very hard to get. And for me to have a fragrance in my collection when my collection is like about 200 fragrances, which is small compared to a lot of YouTubers. But, you know, to keep a fragrance that I'm never going to talk about, especially when it's one that I'm not madly in love with, I just think is a waste. Val loved the smell of it, and so she was really excited to get that one. So happy. It is similar to Ylang Gold by M. Micallef, but it's a lot more synthetic and a little bit of a plastic vibe to me in it. It's still really nice. I always enjoyed wearing it, but I know Val will get way more use out of it. It's like she loves that scent profile, so I know she'll get lots of use out of it. So I was happy to let that one go. All these next ones are ones that she's passed on to me. Is So Sweet by Lolita Lempicka. Now I have sweet and I love sweet. It's like a sweet nothing. So it's got cherry. It smells like the cherry lick-a-stick or lick-a-made or whatever, that powdered sweet stuff that you stuck that stick in that would make your teeth stand on edge because it was so powdery and gritty feeling. But anyway, I just stick my finger in because I couldn't stand that stick. But it smells like cherry powdered sugar, basically. And I really enjoyed wearing that. Like, I love wearing it to bed. I love wearing it if I just want something really synthetic, sweet, fun, flirty, nothing. So that would be something I would reach for, but I tend to wear it to bed. Now, So Sweet, it's got raspberry in it, as well as the sour cherry. I do get that raspberry, and I find that this one is a tad bit more powdery. So we'll see how it goes. Haven't worn this one on my skin yet either. If I love it, I'll keep it. Otherwise, I'll give it back to her so she can give it to someone that will love it. But I really do, like off the cap, really enjoy that cherry / raspberry, and it smells really mouthwatering, and I love both cherry and raspberry. So a cherry raspberry powdered sugar, I think I'll be into it. So yeah, really excited about this one. Now these next three, I am super pumped about. The first one is Cacao. So I was so excited because I've been pining after Cacao and the next one and a few of them. I talked about them in my, if I was starting from scratch, buying only Middle Eastern perfume, these would be the ones that I would buy. And so 2 of these were actually on that list. So the first is Cacao. It's like an acronym, so there's a dot between each letter, which I don't quite get. And this is by Fragrance World. This has tangerine and cacao. There's a little bit of cardamom in here. There's apparently some oud. I think there's patchouli in here, maybe a little musk. And it's just, to me, a really, really nice cacao fragrance. Now, the reason why she decided to give it to me is she was really looking for a chocolatey fragrance. So something like chocolate velvet. So super, super dense chocolate fragrance is kind of what she's got her sights on. So the cacao is way different to me than chocolate, because cacao is definitely more like chocolate, or like a chocolate nib is a cacao that has been fermented and then they roast it, almost like a coffee bean that you can then crush and it becomes cacao nibs. And then from the cacao nibs, you make chocolate. So this one is more that soft cacao smell. I'm assuming that that's prior to even fermentation, but I could be wrong. But a cacao pod, it's quite like a big pod, like almost like a husk. And then you pull it out and it looks like some alien thing. If I've got pictures, I'll show you. But it looks like this alien thing that comes out. And almost, yeah, to me it looks like an alien thing. And it's like soft and mushy, and it tastes okay, I guess, like that. Kind of almost like a fruity, sweet chocolate. I don't think I ever want to try it because it looks slippery and creepy, but that, you know, that's where chocolate kind of begins or originates from. So the cacao is definitely sweet, a little bit powdery, and to me, it reminds me of powdered, like a very powdery vanilla chocolate. So almost like white chocolate would be too sweet, but almost like a vanilla with just a tiny bit of chocolate in it is what Cacao kind of reminds me of, but quite powdery. So that's what I get in here with the tangerine. I think this, and I definitely get the cardamom in this too. So to me, this smells, oh, it smells like really sexy, understated, cozy, sensual kind of fragrance. So I think it's awesome. I think that this is a fragrance that is probably better for winter and fall, but also would work really well for an evening. If you just want something kind of a little bit cozier, a little bit more sensual, this would work great. So love it. We've got 2 more to share. The first one is Faraway Gold. I am so pumped about this one. I really like that bottle. I like this design. I like the glass. It's frosted. It's nice and thick. The cap is thick and heavy. So really like that. This is fast becoming one of my favorite fragrances, which is just crazy. So this is supposed to be inspired by or similar to YSL Libre Intense. And I can get that, but I love this way more. So all the Libre line, I could not get behind. So I liked it okay, but not enough to pull the plug on the price tag. This one, I just love it. I don't know what it is about this. I think it's sexy. I think it's an easy reach, wearable fragrance. I think it's light, like it's not so heavy that you can't wear this all year round. It's a vanillic. There is a little bit of lavender, but the lavender is underneath and just kind of overall adds to the composition, adds a little bit of complexity. The longevity is excellent. I put this one on and I just feel relaxed. So I actually really enjoy wearing this one to bed because it's sexy, but relaxing at the same time. So I absolutely love this fragrance. So excited to have it. Thank you. And the last one, this was one she just plain doesn't like the scent profile. So she gave it to me and I'm pretty darn excited. And it is Orientika's Velvet Gold. So that's the bottle. It's kind of an ostentatious bottle, but I kind of love it. Like it's kind of different. It's like it's a purple bottle in a cage. I love the fact that it's purple because amethyst is my birthstone. So somehow I really like this. Now, this was one at first I'm like, okay, well, I'll try it and see how I like it. And if I like it, I'll keep it. Otherwise, I'll give it back to you. But I love this. So I have Bearcat Gentle Cold by Maison Fragrance World. And I love that fragrance. And so I thought, well, this is just going to be redundant. And I'm not sure I love it as much as Gentle Gold. But I wore it the other day and I could not believe the sillage that I got from this. So I just kept on smelling it over and over and over again, whereas I don't smell Gentle Gold as long. So, Gentle Gold definitely projects, but I would say this one is more potent and projects more. Bearcat Gentle Gold, I would say, is closer to Gentle Fluidity Gold than this one. This one, I would say, it's a less balsamic feeling, and the notes are completely different. It definitely smells similar, though. So, it's not like you're going to go, oh, that doesn't smell at all like Gentle Fluidity Gold. It does have a very similar scent profile. So the top notes in Velvet Gold are caramel, violet, pink pepper, and bergamot. Middle notes are powdery notes, rose, patchouli, and the base is vanilla, musk, and animal notes. So I don't know, like this one's definitely powdery. Like, you read those notes and you go, oh, okay, I can see that. But those are completely different notes from Gentle Fluidity Gold. But somehow it smells kind of similar. So really enjoy this one. There is a little bit of powderiness. I don't really get the violet at all in this, but I definitely get that powder. I get the vanilla. It's just, to me, mouth-watering. So I'm happy to have both. I'm definitely going to go through them. I just absolutely love this. And that is it. That is my kind of crazy gargantuan hand-me-down haul. Woo! And a couple new ones as well. And some declutters. So a little bit of everything for you guys today. What about you? Have you decluttered anything? If you have, let me know. If you've added something to your collection, I would love to know about it too. Additions are so much fun, aren't they? But honestly, I'm going to start decluttering ones that I'm never going to use because like I was keeping them kind of for reference. It's just insane. How many can you have, especially if you're adding fragrance to your collection all the time? Evidently, people can have lots and lots and lots of fragrance, and I think that's fine. For me, I get overwhelmed. I find that it's not as enjoyable when my collection gets too large. So anyway, yeah, so let me know, what have you given up recently, if anything, and what have you added? I would love to know. And other than that, have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon. Now, you guys like to know what I have on my eyes. This is what we got going on today, and my lips. So I am loving this Maple Syrup Pancakes Too Faced palette. Like, love it. And what I find I've been doing on my eyes a lot, which is this look here. So this is the palette. I've been using this one all over the lid, and then I use Hotcakes in the crease, and then I've been using this one here in this part of my lid, and then Brunch Bubbles in this part of the lid. So that's all I've got going on, and I am loving it. So that's my palette. And then as far as what's on my lips, it's a Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick, and this is a matte in 02 Pink Pout. And then, as usual, my Lavender Cosmo lip gloss by Buxom, just to give it a little bit of lavender goodness in there. So that is what made my look today. And then I've got actually just a bright kind of, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a bubblegum pink blush from Milani. So, you know, they're baked blushes. This is the bright pink one. So that is it. And yeah, talk to you later.